welcome back our very own Lexi Spivak. Look at this, we have missed this face.
Hello.
Today is her first day back from maternity leave. Yes. Good morning, Mama. How you doing?
Good morning. You know, I'm missing the baby snuggles this morning. They're so sweet in the morning. Yeah, a little late. We brought her by a couple weeks ago. But I am, yeah, we did the viral pumpkin trend yesterday.
Y'all want to see Leighton.
But no, happy to be back, of course, and be joining everyone in the mornings again. It'll be nice to have a quiet cup of coffee as well.
So far, motherhood, everything you thought it would be?
Everything and more. I mean, the sleepless nights are a little hard sometimes, but when they're snuggling in your arms, there's nothing that compares. It is so fun. I know, I'll cry.
So happy you are back. Let's get a check of our forecast. Got to get down to business.
Of course.
Get us our forecast, Victoria.
All right. Right now at midday, the man suspected of arson in Roane County now arrested. The charges he faces and where police found him. Plus, an update to the anti-Semitic flyers found in a Cedar Bluff neighborhood, what the Knox County Sheriff's Office is saying. And we're all about the spooky spirit today. We're going to take a look back at what's known as the most haunted road in Tennessee right now at midday. Thank you so much for joining us here at midday. I'm Lexi Spivak. Now, we want to start with some new information just into our newsroom here at midday. Greenville police are currently looking for a man wanted for attempted first-degree murder. The shooting happened in the 300 block of North Loretta Street in Greenville. Moving on here today, later this afternoon, the trial of 3 people who are all accused of trying to kill 2 Austin East students back in 2021 is set to begin. Of course, big day for a lot of the kiddos out there, trick-or-treating. On the agenda, we have to check in with our meteorologist, Matt Condon. Matt, they really need to have that jacket tonight. UT's homecoming celebration is bringing past, present, and future volunteers together, celebrating history and tradition. This year's theme is There's No Place Like Neyland to honor the stadium that has stood on campus for more than 100 years. Welcome back. In anticipation of Dolly Parton's new rock album coming out next month, Cracker Barrel is letting people rock like Dolly. Those who are signed up for Cracker Barrel rewards, you can enter to win a rock star inspired rockin' chair, co-designed by Dolly herself. Pretty cool here. I like the glam in the video. We're told that nationwide 667 winners will end up taking home a limited edition rock star rockin' chair. Now, at last update, there were still 2 wildfires that crews were working to contain, one in Rocky Top and the other in the New River and Tioga area. WATE 6 on Your Side reporter Molly O'Brien joins us live from the command center for that Rocky Top fire. Molly, I know you've been working on this morning. What can you tell us? Of course, we've had a lot of mention of the dry conditions, some of the winds in the area. We want to check in with our meteorologist, Victoria Cavalieri. Victoria, again, a lot going on here, but overall a pretty nice week temperature-wise.
Yeah, it's been quite mild.
Welcome back. The Vols are gearing up for 2 of their biggest games of the season. First, Mizzou this weekend, followed by next week with Georgia and a big showdown there. Right now, Vols head coach Josh Heupel talking about this weekend's homecoming win and how the Vols are prepping for the big game still to come. Let's listen in.
I've had in my coaching career.
All right, so again, hearing from head coach Josh Heupel there. He talked about how his team has really helped elevating that program, bringing it to that next level of play, and also referring to that big homecoming win, 59-3 over the UConn Huskies. Moving on, they're going to be in Como next week, Columbia, Missouri, to take on the Tigers. That game is set for 3:30 on Saturday. We're going to have more from our sports team coming up later this afternoon.
Reporter Lexi Spivak joins us again from outside of Tuckaleechee United Methodist Church, where a shelter has been set up. Lexi.
Tirsa, Allison, yeah, it's been a busy morning here at the Tuckaleechee United Methodist Church. We want to note this is the only evacuation center open by the Red Cross right now. We had mentioned Rio Townsend earlier, but that is no longer the case. Right now, we still have more than a dozen people here. You notice I'm protecting the microphone from the wind. These gusts have been crazy, knocking over our light at times, very, very strong. And again, I mentioned that there's more than a dozen people here right now. We want to show you, or introduce you rather, to one of the evacuees. We have Tom Knuth and his family here. They're actually in from Florida. Tom, tell us about how you woke up this morning.
I guess it was about 3:30 this morning. We were woken up by rapid knocks on the door, and it was a neighbor just alerting us that there fires are in the area, that we need to evacuate. So we just quickly gathered stuff and got out, and here we are.
What ran through your mind? Obviously, you had to grab everything, grab the kids.
Well, we didn't know what to expect, so we just assumed the worst, and so you just never know. So we just wanted to be safe.
Yeah, and you did get in yesterday,
Yes.
and you guys were pretty aware of the situation.
We knew there were fires in the area, or heard something about that, but didn't realize it was this close.
Well, we hope that you guys can go back to your rental cabin soon and hopefully enjoy the rest of the vacation, but we know these winds are picking up. And you guys have been here for about how long this morning? That was about 3:30, so it's been a few hours now.
It has been. I guess, how long have we been here, Tinley?
About 4 hours.
So, a while.
Well, you guys are troopers here, and of course, we welcome you to the area. We're sorry about the circumstances, but again, hopefully we can get you back safely and soon. Now, guys, again, we want to remind you that this evacuation center here at Tuckaleechee United Methodist Church, this is the area to go if you live in one of these areas that is being evacuated. Tom mentioned that his neighbor came and knocked on the door, and we know that there were fire officials as well as law enforcement officials going door to door. I've talked to some of the people who are sitting in their cars with their pets here this morning, and that's what they said, that they were woken up by some loud knocking. Of course, we'll keep you updated here from the evacuation shelter. For now, we're going to send it back to you in the studio. This week's edition of our Crime Stopper Spotlight, we're highlighting the search for a man who broke into Smoky Mountain Silence Firearms store in Newport and got away with an AR-15. Now, here to tell us more is, of course, Stacey Payne with the East Tennessee Valley Crime Stoppers. Thank you for being here.
Well, thank you. I wish I had a lot more to say, other than that was a phenomenal video that they were able to capture of this person. So we know someone will recognize him. Somebody knows who he is. We just need to get that out there to the community and ask. But we also need to say, hey, this happened. They got good camera. But there's other cameras around.
Oh, yeah.
And if you ever hear of a crime that's happened in your neighborhood or in your business community, check your cameras.
Yeah.
Just do a quick look and see. You may have seen something. Maybe even go back a couple of days, go forward a couple of days. You may have seen somebody casing an area.
Interesting, yeah, and especially if it can be the vehicle, it can be that actual person and matching that description there. Now, we mentioned how great this video is. We do want to show it here because, again, this business, they shared it on their Facebook page. I know you guys reshared it on your page as well. Take a look at it right here. I mean, really, Stacey, we're seeing them go right behind the counter and get what they want.
They are. They're going right in there. They're trying to break into the cash register. They do succeed in breaking into the cash register. But if you sit there and you can freeze that on your own home computer and maybe blow up that face, you can see a pretty good picture of this person. So again, somebody knows who he is. He's walking around. He grabbed an AR-15. We need to find out who he is, what he did with that gun, and get it back and get him facing justice.
Yeah, and again, this did happen about a week ago now, so hopefully, again, showing this video here again a week later, take a good look. We're going to share it online again as well, and we got to get more tips in because this just does come back to keeping our community safe.
Absolutely, and if he's doing it here, where else is he doing it?
Yeah, that's a great point. Now, Stacey, we obviously just mentioned that here. We want to switch gears, start looking toward next week, the holiday season. It is here. Next week in our segment, we're going to talk about a couple of different things, kind of go over some of those topics.
Yeah, we're going to, we got Thanksgiving coming up, but right after that, we have Black Friday and Cyber Monday and Small Business Saturday. So there's going to be a lot of shopping going on. So we really want to talk about some safety tips that we all can take when we're shopping, either out in the actual store or online. And then even more, we've got all those items that we have mailed to us, how we can keep our packages safe when they've been delivered to our homes.
Yeah, it's such a loaded topic, and we're going to go all over it again next Tuesday during our Crime Stopper Spotlight segment, so you're not going to want to miss that before you leave for your holiday travel. Stacey, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Of course, guys, remember, submit any tips to Crime Stoppers online on the website, and then, of course, you can call and text on that app as well. We'll be right back after this quick break. The Queen of East Tennessee, Queen of Country, making her way back to Rocky Top this weekend to watch the Vols take on the Georgia Bulldogs inside Neyland Stadium.
Well, hello, it's Dolly, and I am so excited to join 101,000 of my friends in the best place for college football, Neyland Stadium. I'll see you there.
We definitely will, Dolly. Dolly's new album, Rockstar, comes out Friday, November 17th, and is being shown in 3 theaters in Knoxville as well. That's starting on the 15th.
And the heavy breathing.
I know. I was going to say, number 1, great job to KCK on that story. Number 2, you're a dog person if, the heavy breathing's like, oh.
You're like, oh, how cute.
Right.
Yeah.
Not everyone's cup of tea in the morning. I want to take a quick moment to say thank you this morning. Many of you know this is my last newscast ever. Whether I came across your screens in Spokane, Springfield, or here in Rocky Top, No Morning News has always had a special place in my heart. That's when my family would watch the news growing up as we ate our breakfast and got ready to head to the bus stop for St. Mary's in the good old days. As the anchors at ABC 7 News and WGN in Chicago were welcomed into our home, it's been a true honor to be welcomed into yours. I've grown up in TV news over the last 10 years, making amazing memories and friendships along the way, like that one right there. And the biggest thank you goes to my parents, definitely. They've moved me across the country multiple times to chase my dreams. And also a big thank you to my husband as well. He's making the biggest change in this next phase of our life, becoming a stay-at-home father to our little girl, Layton, while I work for the Charleston County Sheriff's Office in South Carolina. That's my dad with our little girl there. Next is going to be my mom, and then you'll see Drew. So again, Drew, thank you so much for always pushing me to reach my full potential. Love you so much. We're going to be right back after this quick break as we bring you up to speed on the day's top stories. Be sure to stick with us.